What's going on, everybody? It's EricRayweather back here, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you a very tough passing play that you can literally just run up and down the field. Very simple reads, nothing too complicated about it. If this is your first time checking out one of my videos and you want to stay up to date on the best Madden 19 tips and gameplay all year long, consider hitting the subscribe button below and make sure to hit the bell icon so that you join the notification squad. So today we're going to look at is we're back in the Saints playbook, which is still, I would say, definitely a top 5 playbook in the game. A lot of people use. We're going to look at the gun Y off trio weak formation. Now, the play we're going to break down today is called the Saints out. Now, like I said, this isn't like your home run hitting play. This isn't a play that you just are just going to absolutely annihilate any defense. This is a play that is just a very consistent, easy. You can run it up and down the field. You take your short gains, but you also have, your medium-sized gains with it as well. So we're going to show it, versus all the basic coverages and things like that. So the great thing about this play is you don't need to make any adjustments. You can run it just as is. You can run it stock. So what you have on both outsides of the field, you see there's 2 deep out routes, there's 2 flat routes. That's just a simple high-low read on the sideline, and those can beat, most people that like to play online. They like to run stock coverages, or they'll run, they'll run blitzes, but they're not like really switching up their coverage too much, and that's the majority of the people you run into, and you can go up and down the field against those type of people with this play. Now, you also have a post going over the middle of the field, which is typically, we're not going to throw that route as much, but that's kind of something that the user has to be mindful of, because the user typically controls the middle of the field. He's not going to worry about the outside. Now, there is actually one adjustment I do make. The X receiver, I like to put him on a comeback, and the reason for that is because for some reason his out route isn't as good as the B receiver's out route. I don't know why. Maybe it's because he's on the line of scrimmage and not off the line of scrimmage, but against deep zones will actually play this out route pretty decently, whereas they won't play the out route from the B receiver. Not sure why, so I like to put him on a comeback instead, because it still gives us the same high-low type of read on the outside, but what happens is it's going to beat deep zones a lot better. So we're going to go into cover 3 first and just kind of show you simple reads. So, okay, you can see the flat's open. You take your running back to the flat. Bam, that's 7 yards. And you got a bad animation there and still got 7 yards. Run it again. If they're running, stock cover 3, take your running back. You get your 7, 8, 6 yards. Even if it's only 5. If you get 5 yards of play, you're getting a first down every 2 plays. So that's good. Now, on the right side of the field, a stock cover 3, you have to make the read. A lot of times, the curl flat will bite down on the tight end flat route, which is going to leave the out route wide open. So you do have to make reads. You can't just predetermine and be tunnel vision here. So watch what I'm talking about here. You see how he kind of jumps down on him, and then we go up to the out route, possession catch, and get our feet down. You don't want to just quick trigger every single thing. On the right side of the field, you want to pay a little bit more close attention. You want to let it develop a little bit. On the left side of the field, if you see the flat is just open, you can just hit the flat. You don't have to really wait for that. But on the right side, you kind of want to just make the read a little bit. Again, you can see, okay, he's going to bite down on the flat route. We're going to take the out route. Now, let me show you the difference. So that was a stock cover 3. Now I'm going to run a cover 3 with cloud flats instead. Show you the difference. So here you see he just goes all the way back with the out route there, and then we hit the flat route for an easy 5 yards. Like I said, it's not an exciting play, but it is a play that against most people you will go up and down the field with this play. And if you're mixing in other plays with it as well, then it becomes even harder to stop. But watch here. You notice how the defender, he doesn't press the slot guy or start dropping down. He just immediately goes back with 17, Alshon Jeffrey. It's just clear as day that the flat is wide open, so we take it. Now, what's special about this flat route, and I believe this is why one of the reasons this play is so good, is notice Zach Ertz's flat route, how it kind of slants and goes more upward. Now, watch if we put him on a regular flat route. You see how the regular flat route stops at the 30-yard line, and then the flat route on this play, like, it extends up to like the 34-yard line? That makes a difference, because that ensures us that we're going to get more yards on that flat route than we would. If it was a regular flat route, like so, we might only get 3 yards on that. But because his flat route extends up a little bit into that perfect sweet spot, we're pretty much guaranteed 5, sometimes 6 yards on that, which makes all the difference, because you're almost doubling the amount of yards you can get on a consistent basis there. Now, cover 3 if they shade underneath. Now, again, if they shade underneath, of course, your out route's going to be open as well. You see, just pass to the sideline, possession catch it. So on that side of the field, you know, cover 3, unless they put cloud flats, you're typically going to hit the out route. Now, on the other side of the field, again, if they shade underneath, you can see that safety's jumping down, and we just got hit with an instant block shed there, so we'll run it again. That was, you know, typical practice mode, ridiculous block shed. But you can see if the safety just immediately jumps down with the running back, we can hit this comeback easy. And I threw that too early there, so we'll run it again. Because this is a timing route. You have to time it right. Like right there, I could have threw a pick because I honestly didn't time it right. But I'm kind of rushing throws because in practice mode, the block shed's so crazy. And that's what it's supposed to look like. You're supposed to have that 4 to 5 yard cushion if you time it right. But like I said, practice mode block shed gets so crazy that I tend to rush throws where normally in a game I know that I would have time to make this throw. But you see what I'm saying? You're going to get the separation if you time the throw right, if you don't throw it too early. So that was all cover 3. Now let's go to cover 2, which is where this is really good to me because, like I said, I'm going to show you the difference. So let's watch Zach Ertz against a typical cover 2. So we see the cornerback is dropping back. All right, we know we have the flat route. We just got about 6.5, 7 yards there against a cover 2 cloud flat. Now, we're going to put him in a regular flat route this time, not his flat route that extends up. We're going to put him in a regular flat route this time, and you'll see that it's going to be a lot harder to get those yards. You see what happened there? He got about 3 yards. That's the difference with that flat route because it's just the way that it extends up. You can it's harder to let the defense develop with the regular flat route because you have to kind of make sure that cornerback's going to drop back, and then by the time you throw it, the cornerback can come down and make a play. But because his extends up, when we deliver it to him, he's already going to feel like, look at this, we got about 8 yards there against cover 2. That's something you can't do with a regular flat route. That's one reason, like I said, why I really like this play. Now again, on the left side of the field, same thing. We read the coverage, throw it down. Now on this side of the field against cover 2, the running back route is definitely not going to be as good against cover 2 on this side of the field because again, you kind of have to make the read and kind of make sure that cornerback's dropping back. So it's going to be hard to get 5 yards. You're going to probably be getting about 4 max. So that's really the only, I would say, downfall about this play is that, like I said, it just against cover 2 because you kind of don't really know if it's a hard flat or not right away because the guy bumps the receiver. So it's a safe throw. You'll pick up 4 yards. It's not amazing, but it's definitely, that's probably the weakest point of the whole play. Now, if they just flat out shade underneath, well, of course, if they shade underneath, you have the out route, you have the comeback. I mean, if they shade underneath, those are wide open. Most people will not shade a cover 2 underneath because it's just, there's not really many situations where it's viable to do so. Now, if they play a cover 2 where they start dropping this guy back, because a lot of people will do that adjustment, that's going to open up your post route. So if they do that, that actually opens up this play a little bit more against cover 2 because you're going to see that post route gets underneath them for a huge gain. Another thing about the post route you have to consider too is if you're beating people up on the sidelines a lot, so sometimes people will, like, let's say this user, I'm just gonna man him up on A. Let's just assume that a user gets a little greedy and he tries to jump the A flat route, and that's where you're looking. He tries to jump that and then it leaves this open. That's what the post is there for. The post on this play is mainly there to for the user to respect it. If the user tries to jump out of the way of that post to jump another route, then you just take the post all day. Now, last but not least, we're going to go man defense. Now, man defense, both of these outside routes are going to cook man, both the out route and the comeback. Obviously, the better the route running, the better you're going to be on this. For the comeback route, I don't think you need as good of route running for the comeback route because the comeback route's just kind of a little glitchy in itself, that even if you have a receiver there that's not the greatest route runner, he'll still get separation on the comeback route. But on the out route, you definitely want a better route runner at the B receiver and the RB because those positions, if you are matched up with a good man corner, they will defend it well if you don't have good route running there. So that's something that you need to be mindful of. So again, you see how the defender defended that well there. And now Alshon Jeffrey's not a bad route runner, but you have to look at deep route running. You can't just look at, in years past, it was just a route running, stat. You got to look at deep route running. Jeffrey's pretty decent, but you definitely want your best route runner in those two spots because there can be chances where the man defender can defend it well if your route running's not good. Now, the comeback route, like I said, the comeback route doesn't matter. The comeback route's just glitchy, and we got hit with a pretty much instant block shot there, but you saw the separation. We'll run it again. But if you were looking, you saw the separation that Aguilar had over there. And Aguilar is, again, he's an okay route runner. He's not great. We're just getting mauled by the... I complain about it every year. I'm so sick of the block shed in practice mode. It just makes it it's so unrealistic to how the actual real game plays. But anyway, you see, you're getting separation against man there. And then last but not least, you do have the post. Now, I don't know if Mike Wallace is going to be good enough to really get separation on this post. He's probably not going to be as good as, you know, some guys you can have. But you can see the separation is there. The better the route runner, the faster the guy you have there, the more separation you're going to get on the post. So, like I said, not a crazy play, but just a very consistent play that you can high-low pretty much any zone coverage in the game. It's a good dink and dunk play, and if people don't, you know, if people get aggressive and start shading underneath or, you know, trying to go man coverage or, you know, getting out of the way with their user, then you hit them for the bigger routes down the field. More of a play that if you scheme around it, you can really be dangerous, because this is the play that annoys them, the play that frustrates them, that you're getting 4, 5, 6 yards a pop, and it's just you're moving the chain slowly but effectively, low risk, low reward, you know, just methodical. And then you start mixing in other plays and mixing and run with it, and you can really frustrate people with something like this. And especially, again, when you run into when people want to blitz, because what happens when people blitz a lot of times, they blitz guys off the edge, something like this. You know, they're blitzing a guy off the edge, trying to generate some pressure, and you know, when that happens, then they just make it super easy on you, because okay, the blitz is coming, you just got the flat wide open, and you're picking up 15 yards on a flat route. So that's the thing, you can't blitz something like this, because if you try to blitz something like this, you're leaving either flat open, and that's where we're looking to attack anyway with this play. So definitely something you should mix into your offense. You know, it's just simple fundamentals, basics that, you know, they might not seem that exciting, but those little things can, you know, make you almost unstoppable on offense if you can execute them properly. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, as always, just drop a like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.